welcome back to the last instalment of Wet Blankets. I know this journey's been a long one, hopefully an important one in understanding how we show up every day in micro examples of fear, micro examples of hypervigilance as we address our original deals concerns, because it's there for us every day, keeping us safe and protected. So the last one is what I call identities. Who do we become the moment our original deals are triggered into their hypervigilance? Because some of these identities is who we manifest for the rest of our lives, rather than the true, whole, best self, the full expression, our genius. Now, there's an extensive list of identities in the book. Now remember, identities are probably a manifestation of all of the other wet blankets into one whole entity. For example, for me, I have a few go-to that I like, and one is called the chameleon, which means if I feel threatened at all, if I feel unsafe or not sure that I fit into a space, I will fit in by becoming like the people in front of me. I'll talk like them, I'll laugh with their jokes, I'll even mimic their body language, their tone of voice. Do I know I'm doing it? No, I don't. I'm very conscious of it now, and I'm much better at being more authentic. Yet, that part of me still has some control over how I show up. The other one that I can turn up with is the comedian or the joker. I am known as a bit of a joker, someone who loves to have a laugh, someone who's can be very clever with humour, but the truth is, when I'm threatened, it can either be inappropriate humour, it can be the caustic, whatever the word is, caustic end of humour, which can be sarcasm, even cynicism. At its worst place for me, it can be a belittling of others, with its intent and purpose to stay away from that which could harm me. As two, another one that shows up for me and many others. By the way, these are fairly common with a lot of people I work with. The other one that can show up is what's called the seducer. Now, I'm not meaning sexually. Seduction is seduction of any situation. It's using your ways to get what you want, whether that is sex, but that's not what I'm talking about here. It's used to seduce, manipulate, or coerce others into getting what you want, so you maintain control over a situation rather than giving control away. So I have to be very conscious when those things show up, and are they in service of good or evil? No, that's an extreme language word, but are they in service of the best Pete or the scared little Pete? And more on the scared little Pete later, as you will look into your own scared little self as we do the work. So go through the list in the book, the identities. There is quite a few there. Again, there might be ones that you show up as. Remember, they show up when you're threatened. They show up when you fear control could be lost, when one of your security blankets could be triggered, and most importantly, when your fear of breaking your original deals show up, even in their most micro form on a daily basis. We spend our lives honing these wet blankets. We spend every day unconsciously, part of us, adding to, making them more sophisticated. Not to be bad, but just to help us be the best we can be in our brokenness from our journeys away. That ends the wet blankets journey. A long one, I know. Please go to the workbook and go through the identities list and see which ones make sense to you. Ones that go, yeah, I can be that. Again, no one will ever know. This is your journey, this is your deep shift work, not mine. I don't want anybody else to ever know. This is for you. You want to be the best self in the world? First, we must address what's the cause and how that shows up. This is the end of the 6 journeys away. I'll repeat that to you. You were born magnificent. You were born as a genius. You experienced something, your original experience or event, created original pain, which potentially is infinitely more painful than anything you will ever feel again, relatively. You made a promise or a deal with yourself or two. The original deals, one starting with I will never, one starting with I will always. You then recruited or created internal responses, their internal dialogues, language that might make you feel less than, language that keeps you small and away from places, language that justifies your behaviour, languages that judges others to keep them away for you, and maybe emotions that are attached to all of those things. And lastly, how that shows up externally on the outside. There are wet blankets, things that snuff out the possibility of something great happening to us and keeping us in a life that's, well, not our best expression, put it that way. I don't say that to judge you or anybody else. I just say that because that's my experience with hundreds of people I've worked with. It's a rare creature who says to me that they're living fully expressed and life is wonderful. So be honest with yourself. Go reflect, introspect, whatever language you want to use, and complete your journeys away. And before you go towards the journeys back to best self, go through all of your journeys. Reflect on all of them. See if there's anything missing now that you've come to the very end. Because sometimes, it's a little hint here, some of our original deals might not show up when we do the work originally from the logical step-by-step process. Some of them show up when we've gone right to the end and gone, actually, that's not a security blanket, that's my original deal. So check in with that. Thank you for the courage to get this far. You're about halfway, matter of fact, more than halfway, because my take on doing the work is this is about 2/3 of the actual work, and the journey's back about 1/3. The caveat to that, or the precursor, is that they might be 1/3, but they are the map for the rest of your life as you move forward into the fullest, best expression of you. How would that be? I don't know about you, but it's pretty bloody good when you give it a go. Look where I am. Look who I'm with. Unless she's hiding behind a tree. That's my beautiful partner. Say hi, Kate. I manifest magic, and she's part of my magic. In this place, this forest, 20, 30, 50 kilometers away from another human being, reminds me how insignificant we are, yet how significant our life is if we choose to grasp it with both hands. So look forward to joining you for the journeys back, and that will happen this afternoon, probably at camp. I might do it sitting down because we will have done about 20 kilometers by then. Thanks everyone.